Skin is already skin. Like, people actually thought I was possessed or something. My mom had to take me to the church. If someone hugs you, they can take away your destiny. Fight! Lórúkọ Jésù! I don't trust people. I find it hard to build relationships with people because I feel like they are all going to leave me. I felt like I was a burden. Now, that feeling is not who I am, but as a child, I did not understand that. There's so much for us to unlearn. For God has not given me the spirit of fear, but of power, of love, and of sound mind. My secret is out. Hola. Hello and welcome back, friends. And if you're just seeing this hot chocolate for the first time, hey, this is Tinuola, and on this channel I share valuable content. I'm all about making you look your best, feel your best, and live your best life. So in today's video, we are not only going to be looking good, we're also going to be having a little chit chat. I'm going to be doing my 10 minutes no foundation skincare routine and makeup look while I talk to you about growing up in an African home. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, please consider doing so, because in this corner we're all about looking our best, feeling our best, living our best life, and this is a thriving family and I'd love to have you. So please subscribe so you don't miss out from my future videos, and turn on that notification bell. Face is clean, freshly washed. I'm gonna go ahead and use this chemical exfoliant. I'm skipping the toner and using this one. You can use a cotton pad with this, but I'm just gonna press it into my skin just like so. So we are mimicking a glass skin look. For the glass skin look, the biggest thing is your skincare, and to achieve that you want to make sure the base of your skin is clear. So dermaplaning is really helpful to keeping the base of your skin clear. Take off the hair, take off the dead skin. And I have 2 videos on dermaplaning, I believe. I have one on this channel and I have one on TikTok. So if you guys are not following me on social media, this is the right time to do so. And I was having a chit chat recently with someone about growing up in Nigeria in an African home, and there were a lot of experiences that are pretty similar across every culture, across different families. There were basic things that were similar. Our African mothers behaved the same way, as if they went to the same school, and there were a lot of good experiences that we were reflecting on, but there were also some not so pleasant experience. Now, before I get into that, I want to know, how was your experience growing up? Please leave it down in the comments section. Just tell me one thing about, your experience growing up, especially if you grew up in an African home or in a Black family. Basically, one of the things we did a lot was gisting. Like, we were constantly talking about anything and everything amongst all the kids. We'd just be together and talk. There were a lot of talks about spirituality, religion, some superstitions. For example, if you mix moi moi in the opposite direction, it's not gonna cook. Now, I know some of you are lost because you don't even know what mama is, but you guys can Google it. Can you guys see the glow I'm getting from these drops? This is a niacinamide glow drop from Glow Recipe. If you're going for a glass skin, you need a toner or an essence or a chemical exfoliant like this. They are not the same thing, but you just need that step where you just need to make sure you are hydrating your skin very well. And you also need moisturizer. I'm skipping moisturizer and going directly with this sunscreen, which is from Natrium, and it's very moisturizing. Just skipping the moisturizer step because I'm going to apply my makeup and I already have a very hydrated base. Another popular superstition is, if you go close to a boy, you're gonna get pregnant. There were a lot of things that, we learned as kids just for us to be in our best behavior, but a lot of those things were instilling fear in us. Now, before I talk about fear and childhood trauma, because that is something that we often don't talk about, and it's pretty common. A lot of adults walking about today, a lot of them have trauma from their childhood. Hydrating mist from Mary Badescu. Skin is already skinning. We don't even have any makeup on. Guys, look at this. So that's a quick base for this look. Once again, it's a 10 minutes look, and I'm gonna go in now with my eyebrow. I brushed my brows off camera just because it's quite distracting. Aside the fact that Nigeria is quite a patriarchal society, I also come from a culture that is deep into respect. Yoruba culture, they don't joke with respect. And if you're pretty familiar with, parts of Nigeria, I come from Ondo State. Ondo State is very conservative. I lived in Akure growing up, and that was very conservative. So there was a lot of expectations around how children should conduct themselves. As kids, you can't talk too much in front of adults. There are certain things they expect you to do, to say, certain ways you're expected to behave, which is okay. That's just cultural dispensation. All of that is fine. I have no issues with culture. I love culture. But there were also certain things that were just fear-mongering, and I would say some things were traumatic as well. It could be from witnessing domestic violence as a child. It could be from neglect. Like, there are so many things that could traumatize a child. Children internalize things differently from adults. You think of the way people treat you as a child, and you think that is you, that is who you are. For example, if I grew up under a father that was constantly busy, was complaining, didn't like to take me for, let's say, my extra classes or sports, didn't have time for me, basically. There was a lot of neglect, and anytime I sought after attention, it seemed like I was a burden to my father. I would grow up as an adult feeling like I'm a burden to people. I'm not saying this is exactly the case for most people, but it happens a lot of time. That child could grow up with a huge attention-seeking pattern, or a total opposite of not wanting to be a burden to anyone. So therefore, I want to do everything by myself. I want to be by myself. I don't trust people. I find it hard to build relationships with people because I feel like they are all going to leave me. I'm going to be a burden to them. They don't like me, And that stems from the fact that as a child, I felt like I was a burden. Now, that feeling is not who I am, but as a child, I did not understand that, I have internalized that as my own image. And that is just one example out of countless of examples. Did you know that 2 out of 3 adults that are dealing with addiction have actually experienced childhood trauma? Now, that is a lot. I know as adults, we lay a lot of emphasis on becoming better, do better for yourself, self-help, self-development, affirmations, self-care, and all those things are very important. But healing is also important because a lot of goals that we are setting for ourselves, the kind of person we want to be, sometimes we need to heal from the person we used to be. For us to grow, we need to heal from some self-sabotaging habits that we've internalized. Because growing up, I was a very fearful child. I would be that one clinging on to everyone. I can't sleep alone. I can't be by myself. Nothing. Like, people actually thought I was possessed or something, that my mom had to take me to the church. My mom had to take me to the church because there's no way a 10-year-old child is this fearful if not for the fact that she's probably possessed or something. Because I used to have a lot of nightmares. Like, it was bad, guys. It was really bad. So the pastor was like, oh no, she's fine. It's just the devil trying to scare her. And the pastor was like, okay, you know what? Every time you're scared, recite this verse in the Bible. Until today, guys, I still hold on to that verse because it really helped me through times when I would just be scared for nothing. Like, there was just that fear, like something bad was going to happen. And it was not until I became an adult and started healing from childhood traumas, I realized that was because I grew up in a very fear-mongering environment. Even when you go to church, it's all about you praying against your enemies, because your enemies from your fathers and your mothers and your grandparents' generation are about to come and destroy your life. I'm not saying there's no spirituality, but like, there was a lot of that fear-mongering. Oh, your enemy is about to destroy you. If someone hugs you, they can take away your destiny. Guys, African homes, I'm not even exaggerating here. This is legit African homes. And if you guys can relate, just let me know in the comment section, because I don't want it to look like I'm the one making things up here. because I know some of you can relate. So every time I feel scared, I recite that verse, and it really helped me. For God has not given me the spirit of fear, but of power, of love, and of sound mind. And that just resonates so much with me, because even when it comes to religion, they made it look so scary, like you had to be fighting your demons all the time, demons that you could not see. And I'm like, am I not supposed to go to church and find hope and find comfort? Why am I going to church to be fighting demons? Because I grew up in a CSC church, right? So it's like, Ogunwaye, fight! Lórúkọ Jésù! Guys, I don't even want to start looking dramatic. But you guys get the point. If you can relate, if you're from Ondo State, if you're from a CSC church, whatever, anything you can relate on, just let me know it down below in the comment section, because I'm not the only one on this boat. I remember having a conversation with my friend the other day, and she was talking about how every adult should actually go through therapy before bringing children to this world. I totally agree, because there's so much for us to unlearn and relearn, and there's so much for us to also learn. If we're going to learn new habits and be better for the next generation, we need to heal from some of the things in us that just feels broken, doesn't feel right, things that we know are not right in our society, because a lot of broken people are walking up and down and hurting each other, right? That's why there's so much hurt in this society today, because people are walking around with wounds in them. A lot of these wounds started from when they were babies, literally kids. If we want to be better for ourselves, if we want to have a more healthy, awesome community, society, we really need to learn to do some introspection, to go in and do the deep work, heal from those wounds and be better for the next generation, not just for ourselves, because you realize that every battle you're fighting is within. At the end of the day, that's what you realize. You realize that all the things that were stopping you, all the enemies that were stopping you, they were right there in you. Now, I'm not saying that we don't have external evil forces. We do. Don't get it wrong. But a lot of mental battles that we have is right here. It's from the mentality we grew up with. Okay, so I'm done with my bronzer and I'm loving my look so far. What do you guys think? I think it looks fabulous. I'm going to go a little bit on my eye using this liquid eyeliner from LA Cosmetics and a brush. But yeah, I do want to know what you guys went through like growing up, if there's anything you've had to like really unlearn, any childhood traumas you've had to heal from. Mine definitely is fear, and it's still a work in progress. I feel like all these things, they take time. Some things are easier to just heal from than others. We can't deny how much our upbringing impacts us as adults, right? A lot of it shapes who we are today and who we will be tomorrow. But for me, I believe in second chance. I believe that it's never too late for anyone. And I believe for me, it's never too late to be better, to change certain narratives. It's never too late for me to tap into my full potential. I'm gonna add a lip liner and a mascara, and that will be all for this look. I actually forgot to put my lip liner before my lip gloss. Don't do that. Lip liner first before your lip gloss. And that is it, guys. My secret is out. You guys can see how I achieved my 10 minutes no foundation clean girl makeup and skincare look, giving you that dewy glassy skin kind of feel. You know what I mean? I love it. Tell me, no, rate this. Is this not looking like skin? Rate this. Come on. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, guys. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed watching, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. Click on that subscribe button. Follow me on socials and share this video with your friends. I'll see you guys in the next one. But until then, keep shining. Bye, guys.